I got to tell you, man, when you first came into town, people slept on you a little bit. We're like, who's this guy? How much is he really going to help us?
I mean, I'd seen him in the NBA a lot, but I really hadn't seen him contribute that much. No offense.
Yeah, and it took a while, I think, for you to find your niche. But you totally have. They found a great role for you. What's the transition been like for you? What were your initial impressions, and how pleased are you with the way you've been used?
I've been very, very happy with this team and this organization as a whole. It was a little difficult in the beginning just because we had a lot of new guys on the team, new coaching staff, trying to figure out each other, what you want to do on offense, what you want to do on defense. So it was a learning period for sure, but we just had to build that chemistry, and I just continued to work hard in practice, and I really relied on my teammates to really help me out.
Right. What were they telling you? Like, you're a professional, so you've been around a long time. In that instance, where you feel like you're not really being utilized, I mean, you understand there's talent here. You're just waiting for your turn. Do you go to the coaches? Do you go to the assistants, say, what do I need to do? Or is that just beneath you because you're a pro and you get this?
Well, I get the whole process. I mean, all I can do is I can control how hard I work in the weight room and in practice, and just keep on taking care of my body and just be ready at any moment. Obviously, there's been injuries throughout the year that kind of hold people out, but for me, the only thing that I can control is how hard I work and always to be ready, because you never know when your name's going to be called.
Mm-hmm. Right.
What I slept on, and maybe this is just something that has developed in your career, because you did at one point in your career, you averaged 10 points a game.
Right.
Is I wasn't aware that you could knock down the three ball, and you've become a pretty good outside shooter even to the 3-point line. That might not be, a shot that you want to take that often, but you can knock it down. Is that just something you progressively got better throughout your career?
Yeah, I've really kind of played with it, dabbled with it a little bit here or there. But being at different places and different teams, I was always the five-man, so I didn't want to space out and create a whole bunch of chaos on the outside. You have to have good spacing on the offensive end, and I'm not going to be that selfish person trying to get my own. I'm trying to help the team win at any point, so I'm going to do what the coach has asked me to do. So if that shot is available for me, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take it. But I've worked really hard in this last summer and going on throughout the entire year of really trying to get consistency with it, because it could be an up and down shot for me. But overall, just got to keep on working at it, and I'll get better at it over time.
Jason, have you ever listened to our show before?
I have not. I'm sorry, guys. I have not. I had to be honest there.
Really? That's fine. What was your thought and your reaction? You guys got Bogdanovic, which I call Bobo. I call him Bobo.
Bobo, no, he's done a really good job. I was excited because we knew that he was a really good scorer in Brooklyn. We wanted to have him make that transition here, and it was a struggle for the first couple games, but it was just because you go from one team not really knowing how to win games up in Brooklyn. I mean, they have a talented group up there, but they just weren't having any success. He comes down here to Washington, and that transition of, all right, what do you guys want me to do, or what's the plays, and we were just trying to make him as comfortable as possible, and he really gained his stride for a couple games there, and now he's continuing to attack the basket aggressively, and that's what we really want out of him.
I want to ask you something, and I'm curious about your routine. So I was at one of the games that was against Memphis, and we were lucky enough to sit right there at the scorer's table, right next to your bench, and all the guys are like powdering right in front of us. You know where all that crap is. And every break, you got like an OCD thing, man, don't you? Every break, you go over there and you're doing, I can't remember if you were drinking water or if you're just getting the powder. You were just, and then at that point, I don't even know that you were a regular part of that rotation in that 2-week period or whatever, but yet you were doing that every TV timeout. Are you aware that that's sort of your routine? Is it a, what do they call that, a superstitious thing that you're doing? What's going on?
I wouldn't say it's a superstitious thing. I would just say that it's just kind of a routine of mine, just to make sure that I'm ready to go. Always having kind of this little triangle that I go from the bench, I go high five the guys, give them a little hoorah.
Right.
I go over to the powder, get a little powder,
right,
rub it on the hands, and then I go back over to the timeout, pay attention to the timeout. That way I'm staying focused, staying in tune with the game, not trying to daze off and keep on looking in the crowd or anything like that. So I want to make sure that I stay locked in on what's going on.
Powder used in the NBA for your hands, does it smell good? Like, like baby powder that I throw on my feet on occasion.
Is it the same thing? What is it?
You know what? I've never really smelt the powder. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you on that one.
Might be unscented?
It's unscented.
Really?
Unscented
It
powder.
might be unscented. It doesn't have a great aroma, I would assume. I'm not sure what what kind of smell it has, but I've never tried to smell it before.
Yeah.
Joined by Jason Smith.
Well, I can't use it then.
Joined by Jason Smith from the Washington Wizards. Of course, they're off to a 2-0 series lead on the Atlanta Hawks. Game 3 tomorrow night, 5:30 in Atlanta. Tell us about this series so far. Atlanta, I guess, complained that you guys were being a little too physical in Game 1. Great performances by John in both games. Bradley Beal, of course, has a great fourth quarter for you in Game 2. Talk about kind of the back and forth in this series.
It's been a great series so far. We've come out on top on the 2 games so far, but it's been an aggressive style of basketball. I think that's what we kind of expected. That's what playoff basketball is. And for us, we just want to go out there and make sure that we're the aggressor. We're taking it to the Hawks. We don't want to kind of be hit first on our home floor. That would not be good. And now going forward, we have to go down to Atlanta in a tough environment